Welcome. Welcome.
Fantastic.
I don't even believe we're here, to be honest.
We might be here in an alternate universe. We don't really know if it's live.
My brain is in an alternate universe. So yeah, I was just telling everyone, by the way, welcome to Dope or Nope. It is Thursday. It is a little bit after 3. Well, that's good for us. It's under 5 minutes.
Yeah, not
before
bad.
we go any further, finishmytrack.com. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for that.
I'm here all week.
That's amazing.
Who needs sponsored ads when you have Hess?
I mean,
Wow.
holy crap.
I'm like,
So, yeah, I was just telling you guys. So today has been just like a dumpster fire. Like, I have a lot of calls this morning that I don't normally stack up calls on the day I'm doing this show. I try to keep my thing in alignment. And like right up until a couple of minutes ago, I was literally spackling the wall. My mom is down. My cousin came from Germany. He hasn't been here in like 10 years. So I'm like trying to arrange, make it nice for everyone. I go to put a new fresh towel and the towel rack comes right off the wall. So then I look and there's like 6 holes behind the plate. I'm like, I can't even actually like fix this. So I run to the hardware store. I get spackle. I spackle it once, let it dry. I find one of the 7 cans of paint in the basement that might match the color. And it was pretty close. So then I let it dry. I sand it. I spackle it again and I paint it. I put the towel rack somewhere else, a new towel rack. And that was at about 10 minutes ago, my mom pulled up.
Wow. Unexpected?
What's that?
Is it any of these visitors unexpected?
No, not at all. Danielle's coming down tonight. Dakota's coming in the morning. We're having like a pre-Thanksgiving meeting since my cousin's here. So yeah, crazy. But that's what we do.
It's what you do.
That's life.
Yeah.
That's life.
I was literally on the phone this morning with Steve from Music Choice while I'm spackling the wall on the first try.
Nice.
I'm like making small talk. Oh, what do you like? And I'm like, yeah.
Nice
Good stuff.
Well done.
So, yeah. How you guys doing? Everyone all right?
Good.
Good. Did you know this episode is sponsored by Lowe's, your local hardware store?
No, man. I'm an Ace Hardware guy. I'm an Ace Hardware guy.
Finishmywall.com.
Wow. Very nice. We need some drums on that, please.
I am absolutely surfing the jet lag at the moment. That's for sure.
Yeah. What is your body aware of what country you're in?
It's hard to say. I was in Ottawa yesterday and New York, and now LA. And on Sunday, I have an interesting Sunday I'd like to share with you. On Sunday, I was out to dinner in Tivoli, east of Rome, at midnight. Then I was back in Rome for the morning for breakfast, and then a flight to Paris with a big delay. So I left the airport and saw Paris, and then left Paris and made it to Ottawa. So that's 4 places in the day. Seemingly, I'm sure there's some kind of time change thing that actually assisted that 4-city thing. But yeah, that's what I call a travel day, folks. Travel day indeed.
That is a travel month, right? You've been gone.
Yeah, I've been gone for a month.
Lauren, the level of FOMO that I had for your Italy trip.
Oh, the Italy thing.
Would it reach max capacity?
He was posting when he was like in a what was it, a cave dungeon?
I was in they opened up an old multi-thousand-year-old castle, and the owner of it turned up with the keys and let us in to the dungeon underneath where people had been locked up for 500 total years of incarceration.
Were they still there?
Nice.
The remnants. Yeah, remnants, and a really sneaky little hole in the wall where the local villagers would pass in stuff like food and wood for fires and things. But
Wow.
yeah, pretty wild. Pretty
How's
wild.
that
Pretty
smell?
wild
Yeah,
trip.
spawn.
Yeah, exactly. That was cool. Really, really incredible
That
trip.
looked like
I
a
could
really fun trip.
talk to you about it for an hour. Incredible.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we're all back together again.
Yeah.
Really
All
excited
5 of
for
us.
today.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
fun.
We made it.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just do some demos. Shall we do some demos?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to start with... all right, we're going to start by... Okay, we're going to hop right in. Oh, I see what's going on. Hold on. So,
Hold on.
my other laptop completely died.
Yes. Yes.
So now, let me sign in before we start getting the ads. You know what I mean?
Oh, come on now.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because this
You
is the
could just
first
keep
time
that beat
I'm on
going.
this,
You could keep that beat going. That beat was pretty good.
hold on one second.
I
was
I
a
like
nice
the
beat.
beat.
Oh,
like
there
it.
goes Lauren. He's getting stressed. There's no bed.
I'm dying. on.
He's
I,
look at him.
It's like the X radio version. I need to fill the air.
I gotta love this.
Running
Everyone
around.
can introduce themselves. Let's do that.
I like
There you
to
go.
do this just
You
to,
got
yeah,
it,
that's a great
Raquel.
idea. Thanks Raquel, who now has a Tesla radio station.
A what?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
tell
wanna
the news.
explain?
Tell the
Yeah.
news.
Come on.
I shared it last week a little bit, but I've officially signed on with Live One, which is also Tesla Radio, and I'm going to be programming and hosting on the K-pop station. It's called
Yay.
K-pop Global, and they're basically giving me free reign to do whatever I want, which
Very
is
nice.
great. Digital content, interviews, artist features, everything that I could have possibly ever wanted to do. So I'm very,
That's
very
so
excited.
amazing.
Congratulations.
And I think I'm going to be making a little trip out to LA soon to get some of that stuff done. So I'm
Right.
very excited to see what we can
That's
do.
so
I've
great.
had a lot of people already reach out to me from Korea, and I'm so excited.
Great.
That's amazing.
Very excited to
Awesome.
see
And it
you.
all stemmed, I know we've talked about this a little bit last week, but it all stemmed from my show that I did myself on AMP. So that's crazy that happened from that.
Right.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, just a
Huge.
little shout out to like doing things sometimes just because you feel it's right, and you're like,
For years
I don't-
and years and years and years.
who's listening?
Yeah.
Who's listening to me? I don't know. This and that. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
boom.
Yep.
And boom. There
Yeah,
it is.
that's great.
Boom.
It's
Congrats.
so incredible.
Thank you.
It really is.
I'm excited.
All right, so let's do the panel. Is Nick Dietrich, upper left, lift off, recordings, finish my wall, finish my track, finish, anything you got, he's going to finish it.
Yep.
And of course, fantastic in the studio, and a graduate of Berkeley. If I'm
Oh, there's a
correct there.
fun fact.
There you go.
Yeah, I just
Fun
thought I'd drop
fact.
that one in. I never used that.
There you
Wait,
go.
really?
Daniel,
Yeah.
yeah. Berkeley School
I
of
didn't know
Music.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
Very
fun
nice.
fact. It was fun, right?
That was a
Look at
fun
you.
fact.
yeah. Smarter
like I
than he
need to-
looks.
I feel like I need to salute. Jeez. Next time I see you, I'll have to salute.
Yeah, right, exactly. John McDaniel McDizzle, right here, graduate of. Did you actually go to C89?
I did. Yeah, I graduated
Wow.
1863. No,
Ah,
in 1987.
What is so?
and
Did
then
the radio station had what? 2 Victrolas, one on.
Right, it
Kinda
didn't even
yeah.
have a transmitter. There was barely electricity.
Right.
Yeah, I went to
Use a
that
megaphone
school.
and some string.
Yeah.
So John McDaniel was the programmer at C89.5 in Seattle, the longest running dance station probably anywhere, but certainly in the United States. As you can tell, it's been in service for about 100 years. And John was the programmer there, and an amazing set of ears. We were just talking the other day to Vassie about the tour she's on now with the Barbie Girl tour, and I remember that she had no idea that I worked that song, and I think you guys were talking, maybe you mentioned it, like you have a plaque for that because that was the first station to play that song in the United States.
Correct.
So
Crazy.
I'm just throwing tidbits out today.
Yeah, today's
Lauren
the day.
Padman, world traveler, vice
Good
president
lighter.
of Dim Mak Records. I don't have any other tidbits. None I want to mention.
Best hair on the podcast.
Yeah. What's that?
Best hair on the podcast.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe the most hair on the podcast, minus Raquel.
Best hair.
Definitely.
Right? I certainly,
I think he has more than me.
yeah. So
You just whop all yours up. I'm sure you have more.
yeah, right.
Lauren, I
And, of
enjoyed
course-
the reaction videos to your hair in Italy too. That was fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah, that was the whole
and
thing.
Raquel Goldie, still on Sirius Hits 1? Yes? All right. Also,
Global
10 a.m. tomorrow, catch her 10 a.m. EST on Pitbull's Globalization. I think you have Danny Quest on tomorrow. Is that right?
We do. I'm so excited.
Wow. My two brain cells are actually running together.
Good job.
Yes, I'm so proud.
And, of course, now on Live 1, which is that just specifically in the Tesla space?
So it's also on the app. So
Okay.
you go on Live One's website and you go on the app. They have a dance station, pop station. We have everything. But yeah.
Got it. So pretty much catch her anywhere. If you drive
Yeah.
a Tesla, definitely listen to her show. And if you don't,
Yes.
you can still listen to her show.
Yeah.
So there you have everything going on today there. Let's do the first demo today. This is Dope or Nope, and this is Onacity. I mean, this is 4:46. I could listen to this for the rest of the show, but I'm going to bounce it around a little. All right, there you have it. Onacity by Yada, right here on Dope or Nope. What do you guys think?
Who's going first?
You are going first.
All right.
You know, he only does that when he wants to sign the track, so he can hear everything you say, and then he writes it down.
He's got my number. Hess knows what I do.
I know. He's like, no, you go first.
Let me hear what we should.
He's
fix
like, let
on
the
this.
radio people see what they have to say, and then
How
we
should
can
we
go from
change
there.
this?
I can start if you like. I think
No.
all-
I'll go for it. Go ahead. Love the drums. Fantastic. The groove is great. And I love how the bass line works with the drums. Wasn't sure where it was going with the vocal. And then as it led towards the drop, I was hoping that you'd go for a melody. I just don't know that melody on its own is cool, but the vibe that you set up doesn't exactly complement that melody. And I think it's the chord choice too. So I would either lean towards changing the chords to suit that melody and support it a little bit more, or change the melody a bit. Because tonally, the way it all fits together it feels a little disjointed. But I love the vibe and I love the groove you set up in the record. Over
Okay.
to Mr. Padman.
All right, fine. I thought it was slightly monotonous, and I didn't think about the chord thing. That's a good note. But what I did notice that it felt like the EQ in the bass and the bottom end was the same the whole way through. It didn't thin out and then come back in, so there was no the drop didn't land well for me. It just appeared, kind of thing. And I would have been nicer if it was a DJ plan, you would be thinning out the bass. You would literally wind it out and you do the big chicken arms thing, and you'd get rid of the bass and you'd make sure that it hits. So that was a missing part for me. When the drop happened, I'm like, oh, is this a drop or is this the continuation of the verse? What is it exactly? I was like, wait a minute, I think this is the drop, which was the only issue. So I don't think the drop was set up very well. Drums were great. I really did enjoy the drums, and the bass seemed to be working pretty well together. So I was glad to hear your note on that, Nick, that I wasn't hearing things badly, and there was some weird EQ that you didn't like. It could use a vocal, but yeah, I think that the arrangement probably. I think you've made your point. Before the drop, you've made your point already, and it doesn't need to be that long. You could get out of it and get into the drop a lot earlier, and you wouldn't really be you wouldn't be missing anything, I don't think. But not a bad track.
I'm gonna go with a bell.
Wow.
Wow.
I really
Right
enjoyed
out of the
that.
gate.
I had like no expectations. I love that kind of percussion. Like it had a vibe. Yeah, I mean there's a couple of things I tweak in there, but for what we do here today, like bringing that, I think it needs a little bit of restructuring. To your point about the break, it doesn't need to be that long. It really didn't. But other than that, I don't know. I kind of dig it. I like all the intricate percussion that was happening underneath. You know, there was like little. Now that for some reason, Loopback is finally in stereo for me, so I can actually hear the track entirely. Because usually I only get half. So this is amazing.
You get an automatic default bell because he can hear in stereo.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
Everyone.
I never heard that. Even you guys, like everything sounds different today. So with that, yeah, I was digging it. Super cool.
Yeah, I was digging it too. I thought it had it just sounded really clean to me. Like it was tuned in. I didn't hear any weird artifacts or, any clipping or distorting or anything. So that just sort of, that really impressed me right off the bat. And also it's been 3 weeks since I've done this. So I'm kind of impressed pretty easily maybe, but I liked the structure of it, and I thought it had a lot of good texture. It could have been, and I think with a radio edit it would be shorter.
Yeah, it was long.
For me, it did everything that it needed to do. I disassociated a little bit when listening to it, so that means it was definitely a vibe.
There you go.
I could hear that playing at some rooftop situation here in Miami, so
Nice.
liked it a lot.
I want
There
to
it is.
shout out Eche Palante, who's watching us from the sky. He's 35,000 feet in the air tuning
No
in,
way.
so I think that's
I
pretty
could never
awesome.
Oh, wow,
get mine
that's
to
so
work.
cool.
I could
Me
never
either.
Get mine to work.
I'm just shouting him out because I've never had service that good on a plane, so
Certainly not for
JetBlue
streaming.
has good Wi-Fi.
Jeez. Wow. Okay. Well, welcome everyone else. DJ Spawn, Remnez, Bianca, Bad Monkey, who else is here?
Hey, pals.
Mesa and Boss, all the
Hi,
way up top
friends.
there. Okay. Shall we go to the next demo?
let's do it.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that little dead air because I know Lauren likes it so much. This is Merger, and this is called Dreams. Oh, it's a cover.
Want your freedom, but who am I to keep it down?
You're gonna get spanked for this one.
It's sorta right that you so plain the way you feel it, but this ain't carefully to the sound of a loneliness like a heartbeat drives you mad, and the stillness of remembering what
Nice vocal, by the way, whoever did those. That is, obviously you know what that is, but that's Merger right here on Dope or Nope. It's sometimes a little harder to rate covers. I like the production. I really like the vocal. I don't know where else to go from there.
I'd like a bell.
Yeah.
Me too.
So well done.
Yeah, I'll take a bell.
Nice.
I'm also taking a bell.
Oh boy.
Yep. So go ahead, Hess. What were your complaints?
It's a cover.
Yep. 4 bells.
That's all. 4 bells.
What?
I'm sure,
I guess
I'm sure Fleetwood Mac would appreciate those bells.
What's the problem with covers? I'm just curious.
I mean, nothing generally. I mean, it's nearly impossible to get them played on the air, except if you're Guetta.
I would beg to differ. The last time that this particular song, Dreams, was covered in Australia by Regan Derry as a vocalist and Jolyon Petch as the producer of it.
Sure.
That one went number 1 in Australia, spent multiple weeks there, got 2 ARIA nominations, and was one of the most played Australian songs on radio. So I know the Australian market and many other markets find themselves putting on things that are familiar. And JB, I'd love your opinion on this, that obviously it's either fully a cover and therefore fully familiar, or it's partially a cover and therefore familiar enough with some extra stuff, verses or interpolations put in there. But I almost sort of think that's what is working internationally.
Yeah, here in the U.S., a dance radio, it's
won't touch
really
it.
hard. Yeah.
So they won't touch it, yet they'll touch at least, I don't know, 20 songs last year and the year before that were interpolations, like partially covers or using a hook. But
Yes.
Sure. Full covers are different unless you're
Got
good.
it. Right.
He gets
Well, even
past
Guetta
that.
changes a couple of words.
Yeah.
Change your word, get a third, says David Guetta. What do you think?
Wow. I love that.
I do too.
Yeah. What do you? So JB, what's your opinion on this?
I liked it a lot. I believe I gave it a bell. I
believe you did.
the way that it was, I don't know, the way that it was put together, the build up to the drop, and then the drop was super just like interesting and compelling. And I'm old school radio at this point now, is that I would be able to play this record. And that's because it's different enough from the original where, nobody's going to be confused about it. But it's also has enough of the original in there to make it recognizable instantly.
Yeah.
So for me, old school radio guy, dance radio guy in America, I'd be able to play this.
Yeah. It felt fresh enough.
Yeah,
I would say on the
reimagination.
on the Spotify side, one of the easier ways to crack through is covers.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
There's a couple of artists that literally started their whole career just smashing out covers and then putting out original music.
Right.
It's hard to break as an original artist. It makes sense to do things like this. There's a huge artist called Sergeant Slick in Australia who has made an entire career out of doing things like this. And he's really respected, making disco cut-ups and lots of original music, but he started making tons of covers.
Yeah, I have no problems with covers. Like it's extremely well done. So for that part, I guess it's bell worthy. I normally wouldn't play a cover on, but I'm not going to give it a bell. Sit back, Lauren. Sit back. But so for that, I normally wouldn't play a cover. Here. But Merger's done some really exceptional work, so I just wanted to see what was going on. So in that respect, absolutely, from a production value.
This is a really good example. We had a cover a couple weeks ago that we said, this wasn't different enough from the original to make it playable on radio or anywhere else. Right. So I think this is a really good example of how to change it and to make it just different enough. Because also, too, this is horrible to say, if this popped off on TikTok, I'm sure half of the generation below me and below them won't even know the original song. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
how you
Fact.
make
That's
it go
fair.
viral, and it
Totally
ends up
fair.
on radio.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Well, cool. Do we cover this one? You want to go to the next one?
I see what you did there. We covered this one. Very nice, Beth. Very nice.
That was good.
Thank
I
you
just
so
got
much.
it. That was a good one.
Thank you so much. This is Bella Renee, and this is called Venom.
Bella Renee.
To end. Two lovers play their cards, hearts on their sleeve because we can't love in the dark. Pushing away makes the energy stay and linger till you learn. Setting your heart on fire to spare you some time to grow will make you more full. Rush of adrenaline, you're in my bed again. I don't want this to end. Dice will roll, the stakes are high, and I know the game. Love's a gamble, I know that, but I still wanna play. Now we're lighting all of our roses up.
So the male vocal is Velvet Cash, but that's Bella Renee with Venom.
Could you forward it to whatever's the second drop?
Do they ever sing together? Also,
No. Is this what you wanted?
Fascinating.
interesting.
I really love this record. I'm going to go straight into it. Love the record. Fantastic vocal. Bella Renee, I'll take a bell, please. I quite like the color of the second vocalist as well. The texture and the voicing is really nice. I agree with Raquel that it would have been nice to see if they could have duetted something. But I really feel like it's a potentially a lost opportunity or very remixable to become a dance record, because that huge high voice that she was just doing there at the end feels like it just needs to be over a massive drum roll, and then you come up with a drop not too dissimilar to the one that we heard in that really excellent cover just before his, and then you've got a really great record. I wonder what it's trying to be. It's borderline pop dance or dance pop, but
Right.
I don't know. It feels like a lost opportunity to really have like a big moment for a dance floor as opposed to just headphones.
Yeah.
That's what I think. What do you reckon there, Raquel?
I think that they need to sing together because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Like, it's just there.
Got it.
And
Missed
or it
opportunity.
Or it needs to be, or it just needs to be one of the vocals. Like, if she was just gonna sing the whole thing and pop off, and we do build this kind of like ethereal pop dance track, like that's what it needs to be. But I think without them singing together, it's kind of just like, why is this here? You know?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. I kind of thought that the female vocal is just really pretty. The song sounds really wide and awesome in these lemon yellow headphones. But when the male vocal came in, I had to just like double check because I was not expecting him to be there though. I was like, did they just change songs on me or what? So
Right.
a section where they do some singing together would obviously tie that all together better, but I really like the sound and feel of this one. So
Yeah, it's
Venom
fun.
all the way.
Nick, what do you got? I'm going to go last on this.
I'm also giving this a bell. I love it for what it is. I would like a remix version of it, like Lauren said. I don't know that needs to be the main, but it could be interesting. Production's cool, but the standout to me is the vocal and the vocal writing. The chords are awesome too, and like the whole vibe. I agree that there's a missed opportunity for the vocals to sing together. I think the male vocal is great, but if you could lead that towards a place of by the second third of the song, they're layering each other, or there's some kind of like harmonizing going on, I feel like that would level up the whole thing, and you don't hear that often, so it's a cool opportunity for that to happen. But yeah, loved it.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, guys. So a little transparency, sort of after the fact. So I
wrote it.
Huh?
I said you wrote it.
He produced it.
I'm the male vocal.
There you go. Knew it.
Yeah, I knew it.
Right.
Yeah. So I have this woman that sort of chimes in on my Instagram once in a while when I post pictures and stories about my kids. She's always very kind. And one day she just drops a link to this artist in my DMs. I'm like, okay. I go to listen to the link, and it's just like hardcore dubstep track with this girl singing, and also co-production with somebody else. Has 16 million streams, and I was like, and then I go back and look at this woman again because I'm trying to figure out, like, usually people who send me that look like they should be sending me that, not somebody's mom, who she happens to be her mom. And so I started a conversation with her, and it was this song and about 3 or 4 others that led me to sign her as part of the management company.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
Nice get.
yeah, I'm
Nice
pretty
one.
excited. She's, a young girl, really, like, literally taught herself everything.
So dope.
Yeah.
Literally
Did a
everything.
Good job.
Other than,
See, you never know who's watching. There you go.
Right. Yeah. So fun stuff, but thank you guys I agree on the male vocal. They should either be together or not at all. And on the production side, just like, these are productions to get to a certain place. And that's where I think this is, like 70%. I think this thing could be a dance record if it slapped a little bit more, if it was just the female or them together. I kind of really just like the female part and like layer the vocals a little bit more. But that's sort of like my general where my head's at. But thank you guys for the information. Next up, this is Ethan Caps. Wow, I almost said that wrong. Ethan Caps, and this is unreleased. There's no title, and this is Dope or Nope. Let me turn that off, and we go over here and turn this up. Here we go.
Tell her man that I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I'ma leave her dripping till I harvest.
Hey, I booked that bitch for a party. She gon' ride the dick like a Harley. Tell her man that I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I'ma leave her dripping just like Harvey.
This used to be a family show.
Hey, I booked that bitch for a party. She gon' ride the dick like a Harley. Tell her man that I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I'ma leave her dripping just like Harvey. Hey, I booked that bitch for a party. She gon' ride the dick like a Harley.
Radio friendly.
You can't even edit that. Like, there'd be nothing left. That's Ethan Caps, and that's called Unreleased. Where to begin?
She's gonna ride that like a Harley.
Yep.
Okay. Just want to make sure I got the lyrics right.
Right.
Well, I mean, it sounds like a party track to me. It obviously is not a radio
Quite literally.
track. Like you said, it would be difficult to edit.
I mean,
Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that.
it's like putting it in a shredder. I like the production though. Like the track is
That was a
unique.
fun track.
It's a little monotonous, but I do like what's going on there.
Yeah, I
Production
like
was
it.
dope.
Production was dope. I'll take half a bell on this one. I like it. I like that. That's a vibe.
It is a vibe.
I listened to that record like half listening kind of thing, and I thought the cadence of it felt really good. The party vibes of it felt really good. I can imagine someone like an established rapper, singer, artist like Bok Nero singing a record like this. Albeit maybe there'd be a couple of lyric changes, perhaps, but overall it felt like a good vibe. Pretty jacking. I don't know if it was particularly holy shit, this is amazing, you have to listen to this record. I don't think it was that compelling, but it was it was a fun listen. Like I wouldn't have turned it off, but I don't think I would have shared it. That's why it's a half bell for me.
Kind of like a Malp-ish.
Yeah.
That's where I was getting that kind of vibe.
Yeah. I mean, this would pop off in the college market. This would be like spring break. Like, this is what these kids want to hear. So,
Right.
someone has to put out this music.
Yep.
Tell him.
There it is.
Tell
Like,
those
Vinny,
radio-
I'm just thinking, like, Vinny would
Vinny
play
would
it,
drop
you
this
know?
in a heartbeat.
Vinny
Yeah,
would, like, this is it.
Vinny'd be
And
all
I would
over
just
it.
be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He'd be all over it like a Harley. Sorry.
Well,
Can't wait
wear
to
your
send him
helmet.
this.
Yeah,
Well
I'm
done.
seeing him tomorrow. I'm going to be like, listen to this. He's like, yeah.
We're
Love
not
it.
wrong there. Nick, what do you
What
got?
have I done?
No, I really like the production. I'm not mad at the vocal. If we dropped this record in the middle of like an open format style set, it would go off.
Yeah.
I think it does what it needs to do. It's not
Yeah.
blowing minds. It's not a Scorsese movie of a record.
Yeah.
But it
Not winning
does what it's
Grammys, but, like-
yeah. But who knows? But like that type of thing with the right TikTok
It has
content.
some educational programming to it.
Yeah. It's dope. Wear a helmet, he said. That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Well done.
So let's keep it moving. This next one is by Prov, and this is called Bass Drop, and you're listening to Dope or Nope. Take it to the that is Prov with Bass Drop, and I Would Like a Bell.
Nice. I'll take half a bell. Anyone
Me
else?
too.
There you go.
Half bell or full bell?
Half.
All right.
Oh, okay. I'll take a bell. It's the kind of car that it's the kind of song you could drive around in your car and listen to. I was just kind of as it was getting established, I was like, oh yeah, this is like all of that, and then it wound up and kind of just went next level shit. So yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. By the way, Jackie Chan, you're on Dope or Nope. How you got here?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
If it's the real Jackie Chan, I watched
Wouldn't that
Rush
be
Hour
funny?
recently.
That would be
amazing
really
movie.
funny. I think we need to show that one right there. How did I get
There
here?
he is.
I say that every morning.
This is a really great record. It's really cool. It's really set up well. When the drop
Yeah.
hits, the drop feels a little bit paint by numbers, slightly.
Yeah.
The only thing about it is it just feels like it's kind of like that Complextro vibe where it's just not quite trying to emphasize one melody, and it's trying to like throw a ton of ideas up against the wall, and I don't know what is the one thing that sticks. But I like the little volume down ramp that they had into the drop. Both times that was clever. So it's somebody who's putting an effort into dynamics and who's paying attention. I think the vocal thing was cool, and yeah, the song's good.
100%.
It just needs a little bit of a finish my tracking in the drop.
Yeah, I think it could be shorter because I feel like there's a lot of repeats
repetitious.
itself. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
either make it shorter or get another section in there that spreads that out a little bit. That's my thought. Raquel?
I think with these tracks, even if it is a little like paint by numbers, if it's done well, you're just like, I enjoy this. I could hear this at a festival. This is one of these things, or like in my car. When it's not done well, you're like, I just really don't like this. So
Yeah.
I liked it. It was good.
Yeah, cool. JB?
Yep, I liked it first. Well, no, not first, but I do like it. It's a vibe.
Awesome. So
No bell from
Who's
me,
n-
by the way.
no.
Oh
bell?
wow.
Ooh. Why?
I liked
why.
it, but it did not move me much at all. But neither does this like style of a record. Like the idea, John said something about listening to this in my car. I might kill myself before I do that.
Man. Wow.
Drive off the road.
Yeah.
I might
Oh,
drive
man.
off the road. But I thought it was well executed for the style. It's just not my cup of tea. So that's the only
Yeah,
reason I'm not giving it a bell.
Yeah, this would
Yeah.
be something I listen to on the way to the ARP main office with all the windows down and playing it really, really loud.
Well, we know how you feel
I can
going
see
into your
your
day at the office.
Yeah, AARP, baby. You got to roll in hard when you go to that place.
I guess.
Don't be fronting
Next
on
demo
AARP.
is by Remnez, and this is called Move, and this is Dope or Nope. Another chill record coming up. Just gonna move it up. That is Remnez with Move. Right here on Dope or Nope.
So full disclosure, I've heard this record before, and I'm not sure if he adjusted it or not since the last time I heard it, but I have some of the same feedback, which he's heard already, but I'll kind of briefly go through it. One, it's getting a half bell for me. I really like it. I love Rimnez's stuff. Super dope. This one, the energy's great. I think the arrangement's awesome. Main thing for me on that synth line is that it's missing some attack. So everything kind of sounds like it fades in slightly, the synth the entire time, that vrump, 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 instead of being a little sharper and really like hitting the mark. But he's got a couple hits that like are very sharp and they have a lot of attack to them, which sound good and they pop. So our suggestion was to kind of steer the rest of the synth line that route. So everything really is, it cuts through nicely.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I love it. It pushes a little hard in the limiter, so you can probably get a little you can back that off a little bit and have the drops pop a little bit more because it sounds like a brick wall right now. But super dope energy, cool tune, man.
I'm in for a half a bell as well. I feel like it's the intro to a record. Like it's the intro. I feel like the whole thing is an intro to an actual thing. If it were shorter, if it were like 2 minutes,
and that,
and then it'd be like, then comes the meat. This is like the appetizer is what I'm kind of looking at that like. But yeah, I dig it.
I will take half a bell also. I really liked it. It felt a little bit too electro for me. Just a little bit too angry. That's about it. Apart from that, I quite liked it. It felt very professional and very well put together. But it just felt like it was just too constantly sitting in this synth that you can hear now in the background, just constantly hitting that synth. There was no real reprieve, which is the problem for me.
All right. Space.
No space in between the beats.
0.
Yeah, it was a vibe. I feel like what Nick said is like what needs to be done for me. Just listening, I obviously don't know what that is. So whatever festival this one and the last one we're at, be down to be at, to hear.
Yeah.
Seems like a good time. To me, the feel of it was kind of dramatic and heavy. And I can understand what Hess was saying, how it sounded kind of like an intro to something, more established a little bit later on. To me, it kind of felt like it could be in sort of maybe a video game or an action film or a chase scene or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is a vibe, to agree with Raquel. So
yeah.
I have one piece of advice for the record is keep using that synth, but run a low pass filter over it so it sounds more muffled. So you've got like a more of a sort of contained sound, and then it might sound more interesting because the space that you have right now is where you basically don't have it sustained and you just kind of like stab it, but it's always the same sound. There's no change in the sound. So if you filtered it a little bit, it could be an interesting way of trying to create some variation.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? Right around now, like at Christmas time, in the beginning of December, you take an occasional drive to those neighborhoods where like the lights are extra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the one house that you roll up to where
Pumping.
there's literally not a half an inch between any light. So that there's so many lights that you're literally blinded. You can't see what they were trying to make because it's a blur of light.
That is
that was
flawless, timely analogy.
I'm right. Like,
Truly.
you are right.
1,000%.
I was looking at the Christmas lights in our downstairs this morning and like, where am I going to start? And it just reminded me of like that thing. Because I was talking to someone who was like that they go to a neighborhood in mid-December, like Brooklyn, or I used to go to the one out by JFK. And it's like, you drive down the street and you're like, there's that house. It's draining the entire neighborhood of electricity.
One more thing about this song. Ed, did you guys think that it was interesting that after the drop started, he actually had a sound that was sort of building up beyond that? It was like, how far are we going with this? I just found that was interesting because I haven't really heard that a lot.
That doesn't happen as often as it used to. That definitely used to be a move. It used to be something we did a lot in records, but I love those moves.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you're relentlessly building towards another section.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's done a little bit more subtle through automation and stuff like that.
That's why it made me feel like, and now comes the song.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, next one up. You may have heard of this one. This is a remix by Dante Castillo.
I wanna feel like I'm falling for you. I wanna be that touch. You can't get enough.
We're rating this on production.
I wanna be your drug, your forever love. I wanna feel like I'm falling for you. I wanna be that touch. You can't get enough.
In case you guys were wondering, that's Bingo Players, Disco Fries featuring Vic, Forever Love, the Dante Castillo remix.
Did you say Bingo Players?
Yeah.
Bingo Players, Disco Fries, Vic. Yep.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is a very, very. Lauren, I have to send you the original so you have the context of this remix.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
No doubt.
I mean, it's not even on the same planet.
No, it's definitely not.
This
is on the planet you were on when the thing fell off the wall.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I knew the song, but I wasn't sure what it was. And then when you said what it was, I was like, oh yeah, that high vocal, so it reminded me of what it was. But yeah, what a dramatic remix.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Really cool. I'm going to go with a half a bell just on the production side.
Whoa! Only half a bell. Shots fired.
It's interesting.
I didn't make the remix. It's fine.
I think it's interesting.
All right.
No. We're
Just
only
checking.
judging the remix.
Okay.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
not going there.
I actually would say, am I allowed to go now? Did somebody else want to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I would say pull this vocal. Like, there's no reason this needs to be connected to us. This could be an original with an original vocal, and I think it might serve this instrumental better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this vocal, the way they treated it, helps their production. I think the production is actually pretty cool, and the drop is super unique, but it doesn't need this vocal to help it out.
Right.
I'm not giving it any bells. It's not getting a half bell or a bell from me because I want him to get rid of this vocal and do his own thing.
All right.
Okay, fair.
Well, I'll take half a bell.
All right.
Raquel will probably take a little bit as well, no doubt.
Me
Half a
too.
bell. There you
All
go.
right. Interesting.
It's cool. It's a cool record. It's
Yeah.
good. It's strong. Feels really strong. I agree that vocal could be any other vocal. I don't know if there's a particular. Hey, have you heard that new song? You know, the one that goes like, there's no melody to catch on to in the drop. It's just a very energetic, cool drop. So it would have to be about the vocal hook being very strong. So come up with something new, and then you've got a new record.
This is crazy pants, but what if we took the male vocal from the other song and put it onto that?
It could work.
Good.
Why not? I like it.
And do some things to it.
All right.
Yeah. Do it.
Did we cover this also?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Up next, this is Herman Kuis remix featuring Magnetic Zoo. This is called Paralyze, and this is Dope or Nope. This will be the last one, guys. That is Paralyzed by Herman Kuis, if I'm saying that right. Remix featuring Magnetic Zoo. This is a demo. A remix of a demo, maybe. I don't know. I think that's really interesting. Like, that's one of those vocals where I want to go, no. But it actually works here.
Maybe make it more like weird. And then it'll be like
full on with the weird, all the way in.
I feel like me and Nick were talking about this last week. If you like, you gotta get to a certain point. It's at a certain point, so you either gotta go full on that next level, or you just gotta get rid of it, because then it just doesn't make sense at all. So I think this is one of those times, and it's like you gotta make it even weirder and like darker and more alien, and then it'll.
I love that.
Kind of like Bjork it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, John. Thank you.
Dress.
Yeah.
That's all I think
I
about.
don't know. I agree. Nick, you want to throw some
I generally like the sound set. I think it's pretty cool and interesting. There's like some low mid stuff going on in those those droney synths that suck a lot of energy out of the record.
Yeah.
So I would carve that out a bit. Maybe sidechain some of that stuff a little heavier to the track. It's got a really cool energy though. Like when it came in, it definitely grabbed me right away. That it has a vibe. But yeah, I'd make it a little weirder. Lean in a little bit harder.
I really liked it. It felt a little bit monotonous, but I loved the fact that it felt quite professional and expensive. But it just sort of felt a little bit not quite boring, because when it hits and it's fun, but it just takes a little while to get there. I would have liked to have sped it up a little bit more, even for a dance floor. I think it's a little too slow and drags to get there, but it's a really great record. Very cool arps, great vocal, good builds, good dynamics, nice drop, except for all that EQ stuff that Nick heard, and obviously everything that Nick says is correct.
Yo, can I put that on a flyer, please?
Wow.
Put it on a t-shirt.
You need to screen grab that part.
Nah,
It'll
good.
last forever.
What have I
The
done?
VP of Dim
What
Mak.
have I done?
What a cosign.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. There you go. So there you go. It's a good record. I like it.
Agreed. John, did you chime in?
I just thought that, I understood what Raquel was saying, was that you've just kind of gotta commit and go a little bit weirder so that it's that much more interesting. I like the track. It had some nice headphone candy in there, and fun to listen to.
Yeah, let's get weird.
Weirder.
So there it is. It is 4:05. I'm gonna go hang out with my mom, which I'm very excited about. What do you guys have planned this weekend?
I'm going to a wedding tomorrow or
Nice.
Saturday. And
Beautiful.
Then tomorrow's Pitbull's concert in Miami. So going to
Nice.
see my dad,
Nice.
my radio dad.
Oh my goodness. That
Radio
sounds actually
dad.
kind of like fun.
Yeah.
You got it, Herman. You're very welcome. Go weird. All the way in, Herman.
Got my
Yeah.
story for today. Yeah, it's going on the story.
Anything Nick says is correct.
Yes.
Oh, you
Thank you so much, Lauren. This
You're welcome.
is permanently etched in history now,
Shit.
Wow.
and it goes to the world. Thank you.
Name of the episode.
There it is.
welcome. You're welcome
JB,
again.
what are you doing?
I'm actually going to go and see Aqua and Vassie in Seattle on Sunday.
Nice.
I have never met Aqua, but Vassie has said that she's going to try and set that up. So I'm going to bring them my plaque and have them sign it, hopefully.
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
I love that.
Yes.
Like,
super cool.
almost 30 years after the fact kind of thing.
That's
But
fantastic.
better
Thank
late
you.
than never.
Absolutely.
cool.
Hey, at least you got one.
Yeah. Took a little.
Yeah.
Took a little.
Those of
bit
us who
doing
work
it.
the record, not so much.
You didn't get
What?
one?
Stop
No.
it.
No, I didn't get one.
Just make one. How hard can it be?
Yeah, I'm good.
I get
He's not bitter or anything.
You got
Yeah, not bitter.
Oh, God.
I'm not at all. Like I'm super. I mean, to have what is this, round 4 for them on this one? I mean, amazing. The gift that keeps giving, you know?
And you're indirectly involved again, kind of, right?
I mean,
via Vassie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's cool.
20 dates. I mean, this is a sick tour. I think there's only one portion of the tour where there's actually like 3 days in between. Other than that, it's like night after night after night after night. It's pretty sick. Like,
Crazy.
that's aggressive.
Go get
And-
that
I love
bag,
that song.
Aqua.
Thank you.
Literally.
Exactly. Again. Nick, what do you got?
We'll be playing at Slate nightclub in New York City
All
on
right.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So
Super
anybody
cool.
watching, come hang out. Should be a fun
Oh,
one.
see the fries, man. Slate. That's a nice
Yes.
club, actually.
Yeah, I've heard really great things. We haven't been there yet, but
Yeah.
heard
It's
really good
cool.
things.
Lauren, what do you got?
Brooklyn's dad is in town.
Amazing.
And we're going to. He called me yesterday and said, "Are you free on Saturday?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're hanging out and doing whatever you want to do." He goes, "You want to go to Universal Studio?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go to Universal Studio." It's like the
Right on.
only way I get to get away with it. It's to sort of go, "Oh yeah, I just went there because I was, showing the father-in-law around." When really, I'm
Right.
like, yes, rides, yes, this is gonna be great.
This is amazing.
I
Amazing.
might have to book a trip to LA to see you. We'll go
Yeah.
to Universal Studios, Lauren.
100%.
Hey, great.
I'm all about it.
I will be here with a ton of family coming in. I think my oldest son just came in. I have Dakota's coming in tomorrow for breakfast, and then my side of the family leaves on Saturday afternoon, and then all of Jamie's sisters with their kids come here on Saturday afternoon, and we go till Sunday. So I'm in it. I'm in the
Brutal.
thick of it. Hopefully
Yep.
that towel rack stays
Can we
up.
put an over-under on one of the kids hanging on the newly mounted towel rack?
Wow.
100%.
Yeah,
Who
that would
can
be
we
more
put
like
odds on that?
generally I would say underground. But what I'm really excited about tomorrow, a little plug for my girl DJ Ray. Tomorrow she has a track coming out with Redfield and LPGOB, and it's called Waiting. And it's a really nice banging track, and I'm excited about that and see where that thing takes off to. And also to all the people who are releasing tomorrow, excited for you, and good luck. And don't forget, hug someone you love. Never too late to tell them how you feel, especially lately. I think it's important to really let your family know that you're in support of them, and your friends too. So, are we rating today? Are we doing some?
I didn't get a
Stuff?
name, but I'll cherry pick somebody right
All
now,
right.
and we will raid out of here.
I'm gonna blast this volume and have a great weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
See, I've been waiting.
Yeah, funny story about this. LP and Ray wrote 2 other songs, and this was made from the riffs from the other songs while they were in the studio. This is all just like her going off.
The sweeping.
All right, going over to DJ Icy Ice.
All right, guys, thank you so much. See ya.
See you guys soon.